Have you ever tried studying for long hours but you keep on zoning out? And you wonder, how do people actually do it? How do people study 8 hours plus a day and never get tired? Hello everyone, welcome back to Becoming Dr. Andy. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching one of my videos once again. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you just stay and become a part of my journey as I become Dr. Andy. On today's video, we are going to talk about how to study for long hours without getting tired. Some people might find it easy to study 8 hours straight without losing concentration and without getting tired. It might be because they have a long concentration span, or they actually use the correct study techniques for them to keep going for that long. Some people can't do that because they have a short concentration span, or they do not have the correct study techniques to keep them going for that long. On today's video, I'm going to be giving you techniques on how to study for long hours without losing concentration. Whether you have a long concentration span or whether you have a poor or short concentration span, you can definitely use these tips to actually increase your productivity. So the first tip is starting your day early. Early doesn't mean 4 a.m. Early can be 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 10 a.m. depending on how you usually start your day. If usually you start your day at 12 p.m., then 8 a.m. can be very much early for you. So starting your day early comes with a certain motivation, and it increases your productivity because now it means that you have more time to actually study and you won't be doing things rushed compared to when you start your day a bit late. So before you even start your day, you need to plan your day. I personally cannot go a day without actually planning how my day is gonna go. I plan my study sessions. I plan everything that's gonna happen during my day. So every time before I start my day, I plan when exactly am I gonna study, where am I gonna study, and what exactly am I gonna be studying. So if you're gonna be studying for a certain exam, for example, you know exactly that today I am focusing on this exam and this is where I'm gonna be studying, maybe at the library, and I'm gonna start at 10 a.m. and I'm planning to study maybe from 10 to 4 p.m. That might sound like really like little information that you think you can go by and without planning, but actually for you to know specifically how your day is gonna go, it kind of like reduces uncertainty and it keeps you like in check, because now you know exactly that by 10 you need to be at the library and starting your study session. So it's important for you to plan your day before you study, and even plan the stuff that are around your day as well, especially things that you need to do, so that you do not keep on thinking about those things while you are studying. So if there are any chores that you need to do, errands that you need to run, write them down on when exactly are you gonna do them during your day, so that you do not keep on thinking about them when you are studying, because that can be very disturbing. So when you plan your day, you do not just plan about you studying, you also plan about all the other things that are going to happen during your day, so that when you study, you know that everything that's going to happen or everything that you need to do for that day has time allocated for it. So before you start any exercise or any project, you need to fuel up. You need to eat something, drink something, depends on how your energy levels are during that time. I make sure that I eat before I start studying, because I know if I don't eat an hour in or 2 hours in, I get very hungry. Also, before I study, I make sure that I get my coffee, because that keeps my energy high up. I make sure that I have a bottle of water, and I have study snacks that I'm gonna keep on snacking on during my study session. So the fourth thing is to choose the perfect study place. Having a quiet space where you can be productive is important. Places like a study room, the library, maybe a quiet cafe, depending on your preference, instead of studying in a place that is overcrowded, a place maybe like in front of a TV, or a place full of distractions. Choose a place that is quiet where you will be able to concentrate. So number 5, before you start any study session, set a to-do list. Have your own learning objectives. What are you trying to achieve from this study session? Are you trying to do 5 past papers, for example? Are you trying to finish 3 topics? Are you trying to revise term 1? Are you trying to learn 3 new topics? Whatever it is that you are trying to do during that session, it could include your homeworks as well. It could include your assignments as well. So make sure that if you're writing your to-do list, also do indicate how long should one task take to do. Doing a to-do list kind of creates a sort of motivation and makes your study session playful, because now you're able to do an activity and actually tick it off. And ticking off that activity gives you a sort of motivation and makes your study session more playful. You can also have other forms of rewards, for example, taking a break after finishing one task or having a snack after finishing a task. It is up to you, so that you keep on going and you keep on looking forward to finishing a task, instead of like finishing 5 tasks but still there's no reward, because that will make you lose motivation or will make you get tired and not look forward to continue to study. So writing down your study objectives or the things that you want to achieve during your study session, it increases your productivity, and number 2, it increases your concentration span, because now you have a specific task that you have to finish, instead of sitting and studying whatever you feel like. Because most of the time, if for example you're saying I am going to be studying biology, it is easy for you to be attracted to study the topics that you like, and then you spend like your whole study session studying topics that you like. I find myself doing that most of the time. If I didn't plan what exactly I want to study, I will study the topics that I like, and if I finish studying the topics that I like, I'll go over them again and again and ignore the topics that I don't really like. Having a set to-do list gives you exactly what you need to do, so that you do not derail and try and find other stuff to do because you are tired of doing this, and it limits the time you can possibly take when trying to decide what should I do. Should I start this assignment, or should I do this homework, or instead let me actually study maths, or let me actually study what, if you have a set to-do list, you exactly know what to do and you won't spend time thinking and deciding what else to do. So now let's talk about how often do you actually take breaks. So as people, we differ. Other people have long concentration span and other people have a shorter concentration span. So if you want to know how long is your concentration span, before you start studying, start a stopwatch and keep it running while you are studying. The moment you feel like you are losing concentration, or you are now trying to check on your phone, or you are zoning off, or you are literally thinking about other stuff besides studying, that time when that happens, that is how long your concentration span is. So after finding how long your concentration span is, for example, let's say it is 20 minutes, then that is how long each of your study sessions should last. So you know that every 20 minutes I need to take a break. And this study technique is known as PROMODORO. And when it comes to breaks, make sure that you really take breaks and you get off your study environment. If you are sitting on a desk, move out of that desk, because your mind is still telling you that we are concentrating if you are still going to remain in the same position. The second thing when it comes to taking breaks is that make sure you do not start something that is going to take you too long to finish, or something that you know that it is sort of like a trap. For example, if you have a 10-minute break and you start watching TikTok videos, but you know exactly that you can get stuck in bottomless scrolling, then don't watch TikTok videos during your 10-minute break. And the third thing you need to avoid about breaks is taking breaks that are too long. If you want to be studying for 20 minutes, don't take an hour break, because going back to that studying environment, it's going to be very hard. Make sure that your breaks are long enough for you to catch some fresh air, but also they are not too long for you to end up losing motivation to study. So there's an app that I've been using called Flipped. So this is a study app that uses the Pomodoro technique. You can pick 20 minutes or 40 minutes on the app, and it actually times your study sessions for you, and then it tells you when to actually take a break. Also, it records for you how long have you studied for each day, so you can set a study target. For example, if you want to study for 4 hours every day, and at the end of the day it combines all of your study sessions, and then it gives you how much you have studied for that day. So let's talk about music. I've been getting a lot of questions of what type of music do you listen to when you study? Is listening to music a great idea when you study? So for me, I prefer lo-fi music, which is slow music without lyrics. You can choose lo-fi hip-hop or lo-fi jazz, depending on what you like. I find that music really great for studying. And if you're a person who really is into music and you want to make your study session a bit more fun, music can increase your productivity, because now when you are actually going to study, you are looking forward to that playlist as well. So if you get bored too quickly when you're studying, try listening to lo-fi music and see if it won't increase your productivity. I do not advise listening to music that have lyrics or music that have like loud beats, because you end up dancing or singing along, and you're trying to avoid that. So even though you have implemented all the stuff that I've been saying so far, studying for long can still be very much tiring, especially if you're going to stick to one study resource or one study method. For example, if you have a textbook to read and you've been reading this textbook for the past 4 hours, it does get tiring, doesn't it? I recommend you to switch your study methods. For example, you can switch from reading to writing, or from writing to watching a video, or from watching a video to using flashcards, so that you make your study session more interactive and less boring. Another thing to boost your study sessions is actually testing yourself throughout your study session. So test yourself by using active recall to actually see that you are actually getting stuff right, and this kind of like boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated to go to the next study session, because you actually see that, okay, what I've been doing so far is actually getting in, instead of studying for straight 8 hours and then at the end of the 8 hours you think about what you actually did and you can't remember anything at all. So another tip that I would like to share that really works for me is changing studying environments. If you want to keep on studying in one place for literally so long, it can get a bit boring, it can get a bit tiring. You will no longer be concentrating in that space because you get comfortable and you get used to that space. So changing studying environment is important to boost your concentration. So sometimes studying alone can be boring, and some people do prefer company, or they find motivation when they see others studying. So if you are that person, try study groups or having a study partner. So we've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching up until this far. Please make sure that you like the video and share it with your friends or your classmates, and please comment what tip you found useful in this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again on another video. Bye.